Good morning, everybody. This week's Torah portion is a double parsha. That means there are two Torah portions this week. I want to focus for a second on the second one, which is called Parshat Maseh. The portion of the journeys, or the travelings. Now, it's a little bit weird because it basically just reads like a log of the different places that the Jewish people camped in during the 40 years that they traveled in the desert. It basically says they traveled to this place, they camped there. They picked up and they traveled to this next place and they camped there. Then they picked up and they traveled to the next place. And it just kind of reads like a list. That's the bulk of the parsha. Why is that so important? Why does the Torah need to dedicate an entire portion to telling us the list of places that they camped in? I think there's a deep insight over here. And I think back to the days when I first came to yeshiva. I was 23 years old and I had lived a life that had nothing to do with Torah and religion and Judaism. It had to do with the Grateful Dead and music and fun and experiences like any other 23-year-old. And then there's a question that always comes up at some point in that process for anybody who goes through this journey of doing tshuva, of becoming observant. The question basically goes like this: what do I do with my old tie-dye shirts, with my old Grateful Dead shirts, with my old ripped jeans that I used to wear to shows and concerts? What do I do with all that stuff? And there were basically two responses. One response was, get rid of them. They have nothing to do with you anymore, who you are. That was your past. That's not who you are now. Now you're a yeshiva student. You're studying in yeshiva, and that has nothing to do with you. Get rid of that. And there was another approach, a much more balanced approach, a much healthier approach, which basically says, no, hold on to those. They're precious. They're very dear to you. They are an expression of who you are and who you were, and who you are today is because of who you were yesterday and last year and 2 years ago and 3 years ago. You see, life is a journey. We don't just show up one day as who we are. We become who we are through the various experiences and steps and processes that we go through in our lives. So, being in yeshiva as a 23-year-old was a result of all of the experiences I had had prior to that. Going to college, traveling in Europe, going to dead shows, whatever it was. And that's true for all of us. And it's important not to burn our past or to get rid of our past experiences that we're not proud of. Rather, it's important to remember them, to record them, to hold on to them, to explain to ourselves and to remember for ourselves and the people in our lives who we are and how we got here. So maybe that's the reason why these journeys, these 42 stops that the Torah lists are mentioned in the Torah. Because, at a lot of those places, the Jewish people didn't do so well. We served the golden calf in one place. We complained about the water in another place. We complained about the man in another place. In a lot of these places, we made mistakes. But you know what? We learned from those mistakes. We grew from them as a people, as a nation. We matured ultimately into the nation of Am Yisrael that came to the land of Israel and built a civilization here and who we are today. So the Torah mentions these 42 journeys to tell us that in our own personal journey in life, don't erase the past that we're not proud of. Learn from the past, grow from it, and remember it, and understand that who we are today is because of the experiences that we had and the growth and the learning from our own life experiences. And we need to approach life that way. And by the way, that doesn't stop at any point. The Hasidic teachers, the Hasidic masters tell us that every single one of us has a journey in our life that has 42 steps, just like the Jewish people, mirroring the journey of the Jewish people in the desert. And we don't know what stage we're at right now, but we're on that journey, and the journey is going to continue. And who we are today, just like it's not who we were yesterday, it's not who we're going to be in a year from now or 5 years from now. Hopefully, please God, that's what we want. We want to grow and change throughout our journey in life. So that's something that I think is very beautiful, and it's a wonderful conversation topic for your Shabbat table. Bring it up, ask people about their journey and where they are. Wishing everyone a wonderful Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom from Yerushalayim.